The world of algebra, when you're studying at the last minute, right? You got a couple of days or maybe about 5 days, but you don't have 5 weeks, 7 weeks, 10 weeks, just a couple of days. So what do? Let's get familiar with the algebra that you're going to see. Now, this is a big overview, like the big picture of algebra. But then when you see the actual algebra work, you're going to be like, bruh, this is easy peasy and fresh and squeezy for show. All right, let's get into it. Algebra is covering 11 different topics. I mentioned this in the big overview of the math section of the exam. But now we're taking a look at algebra. So system of equations. Remember, most or probably all of the SAT math algebra questions deal with slope. All slope intercept forms. Remember, it's y equals mx plus b all day long, guys, all day. So if we know this, then let's get more familiar with it by breaking down, just seeing the different areas. So let's take a look at system of equations. What is that dealing with? Well, here's an example right here. You guys know how to do this. But the most important thing is recognizing your easy and medium level questions. So in the digital exam, they give you 22 questions. I love repeating stuff over and over again. Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, you already said that in another video. Well, it's very important that you know your business, because if you don't know your business, you ain't going to get your score. All right, so if we know that we have 22 questions, then we're going to have an order of difficulty. Remember, we have easy, medium, and hard level questions. So that's three components, 1, 2, and 3. If we divide 22 by 3, that's going to give us 7 and 1/3 questions are going to be easy, 7 1/3 going to be hard, 7 1/3 going to be medium. But most important, that means your easy questions are going to be questions 1 through 7. Your medium level questions are going to be questions what? 8 through 14, 8 through 15. You guys get it? It's going to be roundabout. It's not perfectly split up. Then your hard question would be 15 through 22, or maybe 16 through 22. But the one thing we do know that 2 of the questions will not be scored. So we're being scored in overall 20 questions in part 1 and 20 questions in part 2. Can you detect the fake questions? The total of 4 fake questions that will be given out of the 44 questions? No, we have no idea. So it's really a mystery, but I got a hunch, I got a feeling for what they are, but I'd rather not deal with that now. I'd rather know how to destroy the algebra section of the exam. All right, so knowing this, let's do a quick little drill that you guys can easily participate in. What would be a question number 11? Well, questions 1 through 7 should be the easiest. So 8 through 14, 8 through 15 would be medium level. So this would be an early medium level question. Question number 3, that's an easy question. Question number 11, that'd be a medium level question. That's an early medium level question. And then we have this still system of equations. This question number 18 is on the border of medium and hard, which means that a good number of students didn't answer this correctly. Let's take a look at the next one. Question number 13. That's a true medium level question. We take a look at the next one on this page 1 of 5. This is a question number 18. I'd say that's on a border of medium and hard. And then we have dirty questions. Look how high that number is. Now, this question 26, yeah, is greater than 22. But if you ever take the paper-based SAT, paper, if you're eligible for it, would be a terrific idea. They give you 27 questions. So that means the more questions, the better of a chance to get a better score. But when you're dealing with the digital test, when it is digital, then it's a little bit different. The organization is going to be different. That's 22 questions, but still you can cut it with the knife. Divide both by 3. Now, if you were to take 27 questions divided by 3, that's going to be 9 easy, 9 medium, and 9 hard questions. So when you deal with my documents, I like dealing with where there's more questions, because if you have more questions, you have more practice. Woo-hoo-hoo. Question number 18, I'd say that is right on the border of medium, hard if you deal with 27 questions. And then we have question number 14. That's an upper level, medium level question. Let's just say it's like medium hard. But once you take a look at the questions on a page and you say, all right, I got an idea of what the order of difficulty is. Now, the docs that I give you, there's going to be a system. Some of the medium level questions, I think they're easier than the easy questions. So I organize them in a way in which I feel that you're going to follow the flow of what's going on, the common topics. Here we go. We got this business going on. Take a look at your answer trees where we have to come up with answers. The next one, we got this business going on. So the order of difficulty increases as you go along. Now you're going to feel a quick change like this guy. It gets a little bit difficult and then it gets nasty. Usually after the nasty, the dirty questions, then it'll change gears. This one is dirty because I label it as dirty. And then you have this one, English to math. Now, what does SOE means? System of equations, English to math. And that's exactly what it says. You're going to translate all of this stuff in English and then translate into math and get your answer. Same thing, system of equations, English and math, translate all this stuff. You see how they're similar, they're wordy, but the other ones are simply formulas. This is the stuff that you're dealing with when you're going to deal with any section of the SAT math section, whether it's algebra. Remember, there are four areas, right? The four areas are going to be algebra, that's the biggest, advanced math, that's the second biggest. And let's go with the two smallest ones. It's going to be what? Data analysis, just write as data. And the last one is going to be geo. So your high percentage is going to be these guys, higher percentage, and your lower percentage of questions equally is going to be data analysis and geometry. So focus on this one first, then this one second, and this would be third and fourth in your order of preparing last minute for the SATs. Then after you take the test, let's say it's day after tomorrow, I don't know, tomorrow, walk out of that test and go back to these pages and take a look at the sample of questions that were similar to what you had seen during the exam. You guys got that? And then you'll know what you need to do for the next exam. Hopefully it's in 5 to 7 weeks, or maybe a little bit longer, up to 8 to 10 weeks. If you have that kind of time, that luxury of time, woo-wee, it goes a long way. All right, the other thing I want to tell you is that when you're doing your math homework, take a look at one page, right? Do a page a day. Now, for your homework, if you're going to work on math and you're going to work on reading, so try to do at least 15 minutes of math and try to do at least 15 minutes of reading. And combined, what is that going to total? 30 minutes. So at least equal to greater than 30 minutes of work per day. Per day. Now, don't go more than 60 minutes. I don't want you cramming this information, okay? If you waited till last minute, so be it. At least review some of the math in algebra, some of the advanced math, some of the data analysis, some of the geometry, just enough, maybe 5 questions. Let's say I was taking a test tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, but it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon the day before. I'm not going to go crazy. I'll do about 15 to 30 minutes of math the night before, and then 15 to 30 minutes of reading. And that's it. I know what to expect. I'm going to set my expectations, not expect that I'm going to hit a home run on the test tomorrow morning with fewer than 12 hours to get ready. Instead, set my expectations and go in on a fact-finding mission and bust the test out. Now, if you have a little more time, let's say you have 72 hours, you want to work on a complete page, you say, all right, this is what I need to know for the test. If I had to work on this, right? How much time should I spend on my easy and medium level questions? Easy, medium level questions should be about 20 to 30 seconds per question. That's how good you got to be. If you feel like you're bumpy on the easy and medium level questions, then all right, just focus on those and forget about the hard questions when you come across them. So let's say I know I'm pretty good easy, medium, but I'm not that great. I need to do some work. So this is what I do on this page. I'd be like, I definitely can handle question number 1. That's got to be easy. Question number 2 is medium, early medium. The third question is medium. Question number 7 would be easy. Question number 12 would be medium. Question number 14, that would be on the border of medium and hard. And let's say question number 19, that would be hard. Let's break it up to the top. 4 would be easy. Question number 10 would be medium. 11, medium. See, you're identifying, by doing this, you start getting very familiar with where you're at in the test. You guys got that? So out of all these questions, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 questions, if it takes me 20 to 30 seconds each, that means for these 12 questions, I should be done in about 6 minutes. Now, in those 6 minutes, what am I doing? I'm certainly confirming that I know how to handle easy questions. Those should certainly take me 20 to 30 seconds. But if I run into any bumpy spots, like if I see like a question number 14, I'm like, oh, for show. I'm kind of like, I'm not going through that door. I'm having some trouble. Then circle the entire question. If you go to 19, like, ooh, that's a little, that's tougher than the previous question. Circle the entire question. As soon as you get the hunch that you're off, circle the question. But let's say you go to another question. Let's say you see this one. Oh, question number 4, you're like, I got to own this one. S equals 40 plus 3t. The equation gives the speed in miles per hour of a certain car t seconds after it begins to accelerate. What is the speed in miles per hour of the car 5 seconds after it accelerates? T is all about seconds. So what would happen if I put a number 5 in there? That'd be S equals 40 plus 15, which equals 55. I'm in and out of the question, 20 to 30 seconds. Excuse me. You're not racing to get through the questions. You're identifying the questions you know how you can certainly own, but the ones that give you trouble, what are you going to do? You're going to cheat. You're going to go straight to the solutions. Let's say it was 4 out of 12 on this page. then pause. Don't spend extra time trying to crack it or figure it out, especially if you're a high GPA student. You're like, I got to know. I must do this because I'm in a special school and I got a 4.99 GPA. Forget that noise. The SAT knows you too, as well as the 2.5 GPA student. So all you do is go straight to the video solutions, and that is it. You do the same for each page, and it's going to go a long way. So remember that list. Remember that list. In those pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it covers each of these topics straight down in a 5-page packet of information that will go a long way for the short term, what do you call it? Last minute SAT prep. All right, if you have any questions, you can certainly contact me. My name is Mr. Alberto. I got to create a page for this. Mr. Alberto, my number is 786-877 and 7231. If you want to call, ask me a question, or you want to text me, I don't mind. Have some fun. It's on your dime. Peace out.